Alright, hello, welcome in, stargazers. How is everybody doing? Hello. Welcome in. I hope everybody's having a good day today. Hello, Weston Fox, hello, MG, hello, KLMX, hello, Arcu, hello, Sime Zero, hello, Caliber, hello, Janu, hello, Raul, hello, Abyss, hello, Babylon, hello, Eritane, hello, White Zangetsu, hello, Johnny Virgil, hello. Welcome in. And hello, Gavin. Welcome in. I hope everybody's having a good day today. Hello. The only dragons I'll tolerate. I love Reed so much. I'm excited to get to do a piece for Reed. Hello, Stockler. Hello, Caliber. How are you guys doing? I hope everybody's having a good day today. I was really struggling with what to think about today. But I think I have something that'll be nice. It's gonna be, a project that, if it doesn't get done today, I want to still continue it, because I think it's something that people will like. And you'll see when you notice the canvas size, or if you've seen the thumbnail. Have a bit of a cold, but everything's fine anyway. I hope you get over the cold soon. That's no fun. That's no fun. I hope you can get over that soon. Skin review? I am saving that for, Saturday. Saturday, we're gonna have the big skin review. I've heard that there are a lot of outfits, this time around, so. Last time you drew her was my Bakadoodle. I'm excited to see you draw her. I still really like that Bakadoodle. I don't know what it was, but, like, I hit a really nice style for that one singular Bakadoodle. Like, wow, I wish I could repeat that. I wish I could do that one again. I will try my best for this. Already in recovery? Maybe tomorrow will be good? I hope so. That would be good. Alright, let me just turn this down a little bit on my end. DHLPH, hello, howdy. Alright, so let's jump in. So I'm excited for this. Let's see here. And hopefully, it might be the start of something nice. Alright. We'll jump in here. So, I don't know if you can tell by the layout, but I'm thinking what might be nice, if you remember this layout from previous pieces that I've done of myself that I know I understand I still have to finish, but I think that this would make a really nice phone wallpaper. I think it would be nice to have, like, the two chibis interacting. I think this could be a really good phone wallpaper. Better question, is Star recovered from Tuesday? Ugh! I look back at that video, even after you did all the edits, and it's still terrifying to me. Already cute. Thank you, Babylon. I appreciate it. I think this could be like a nice, a little nice mini-series. Especially for members. I wanted to try to get all of the line art done before stream, but that was not, a thing that I was able to do. I've seen them in this pose a lot. Really? Wait, actually, though? Dang it! I didn't look up a single piece of fan art! That's surprising. I mean, I guess a lot of other people have probably thought of it. Yeah, because of the yin-yang feeling. I mean, here's the thing, right? I have to draw these... I have to draw these dragons, and I don't know anything about them. I don't know anything about their story. I'm literally just going off of vibes. I haven't looked at a single piece of fan art. I just grabbed the official art of the two of them and wanted to try to bring something together. If I end up making a pose that is the same as a lot of people do who do know the story, then all I can say is that that is a good sign of character personality present in your design work. It was stressful to say the least. Yeah, no kidding. Day was good. Finished taking stock of inventory at work. 3 days of dust and dirt, old stuff and dead rat. Oh jeez. Bustin' Fox, I'm so sorry about that. Hopefully you can move past that part of it. Goodness. Not one original thought. I didn't look at it. I didn't look at anything. I did not plagiarize a single thing. If I thought of the same thing as other people have who already know, then that means that the character designers just do a very, very, very good job in portraying personality through a single image, which is amazing. I'm very serious. I only have, like, I have a bunch of references of the chibi style that I want to go for, but I only have 2 references. The official E1 art of both characters. That is it. So, alright. Not saying it's plagiarism or anything, it's a nice pose for them. I don't know how I ended up, like... Anyway. Blood Solely and Uncreative, hello, hello, welcome in, welcome in. Good thing about JT83 is that you'll be much more prepared for the next bosses. There are not a lot of bosses harder than Tal, and your characters will be more prepared. Oh, goodness. The whole thing's insane to me. Like, I genuinely don't know what to make of it. I don't know how to think about it. Lilithic, hello, hello! A little late, so happy you're doing art for these 2. No, you're not late, you are all good. I did want to try to get the sketch done, and I did not do that, so we might do a little bit of the sketch work on stream today. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes, because I know I've explained you guys before that I sometimes get a little confused when I try doing the rough work on, or the refined work on stream. But you know what? We'll see how it goes. I think this probably needs to be tilted over a little bit more. Hang on. Let me grab this. I also don't have too much experience doing, like, this style of chibi. It's a style that I really admire, that I wanted to try, that I thought would fit these 2 really well. I'm just moving that over a little bit so that it shows the body turning a little bit more. Alright, what part did I just erase? I'm trying to be careful that I don't erase too much. It'll take time until you hit another 2-hour roadblock. Okay, you know what? The goal is that next time something to that insanity happens, that we do it in less than 2 hours and I pause 20 to 30% less. How does that sound? The thing is, like, I was explaining to people in the Discord today, I know that I can, I know that I can do some things. Because I got a little frustrated, and I ended up trying to do, some 4-star stage clears. And I can do it, it's just, streaming at the same time adds a whole other element. And I was explaining to people that it's like, it's like being on Jeopardy. I'm repeating, what I was saying this morning, so some people have already heard this. But it's like being on Jeopardy. You watch Jeopardy, and everyone thinks that they would be better than the person on the TV at Jeopardy. And then you actually get to be on Jeopardy, and then you realize how insane it is with all the lights and cameras and everything. So, yeah. It's like, even if you've streamed for years, like, what am I? I'm on, like, 4th year of streaming. It doesn't change the fact that it can still be very nerve-wracking. Rita's, like, top 5 characters in the game for me easily. She looks so cute in chibi style. Thank you, Lilithic. She's definitely in my top 5, too, I think. I actually got her, her acrylic stand, because I love everything about this design. I know that this is her altar, and I know that I don't even know much about her regular self, but I really love this design a lot. And yeah, I love her voice, I love her design. A lot of it is very beneficial to me. For the moment, like team-wise, I've benched Necrass until I naturally understand more. But yeah. You'll have more leveled up units by the point we actually get to actually hard bosses. I mean, I would imagine that Tal is still considered hard. I'm sorry, just the way you said that was funny. Actually hard. You'll love her story is all I will say. I'm genuinely looking forward to it. I really want to learn her story at some point. I mean, I already love her music. Or the music she's associated with, right? I'm very much looking forward to that. I really don't know how to do this dress, though. And you would think I would know, because it's actually, like, somewhat similar in layout to my own, but this is a complex dress. We're targeting under 250 pauses next time. Yes, exactly. And be hyped for your AK New Year's resolution. After chapter 8, you are in side story territory for like 2 to 4 months. Really? Oh, okay. Good to know. I was not aware of that. I didn't know I'd be in side story territory for 2 to 4 months? What? I was not aware of this. I mean, again, I trust what people say. If they say that that is the order that I do things in, then that is the order I do things in. I did not know this. I don't think we've really, like, gone over it yet, so that's understandable, too. Before her OG or her altar, I prefer much more the altar. I do, too. And I'm really biased on, like, even though I know nothing about her, altar, no altar, etc., I know I'm extremely biased because her design reminds me so much of Violet Evergarden, and I know that that's incredibly, incredibly forming my bias. But I've also, like, I love her voice. I know that she has the same voice as, Elden Ring. I love her vibe, but yeah, there's definitely a bias to the altar. Her dress is agony to draw. A little bit, but the thing is, like, it would be okay if I wasn't also trying to force it into chibi proportions, and that is making it a little bit trickier. So I'm trying to see, like, I'm trying to do the pose and the chibi proportions and this complex outfit, and I don't really have experience with all three. So I'm trying to figure out what makes the most sense for this. And I'm also, like, I'm still learning what best chibi proportions I like, because different people do chibis in different ways. And I'm still learning the style of chibi I like. I have not done enough chibis to really determine that. Like, do you like doing 1.5 head chibi? Do you like doing 2 head chibi? Do you like doing semi-chibi? And then, like, how much do you render it? How much do you simplify it? I'm still learning that for myself. So this is a really good practice. There are some chibi artists I've seen that do this, like, this is basically, I would say, 2 head. And I think this is a proportion that I want to try working more with because it allows you to see enough of a character's general outfit. And it's fairly close to Nendroid proportion, and I think Nendroid has some of the best chibi proportions. We need more Nendroid. We need more operator Nendroids. I wish I was able to do custom Nendos. Alright, something like that, I think, might be good. Actually, you know what? This is pretty much an Nendroid proportion, right? Let me look up Nendroids real quick, because now I'm actually curious. I look up Let's look up like a Uma Musume one. So I don't accidentally... do something stupid. Alright. This is like, yeah, Nendoroid is basically, for the most part, I would say 2 heads. If I look at, let me put it here. I think Nendoroid proportion is like one of the most visually appealing proportions for chibi. And on a sec, let me catch up with chat here. Main story takes a big lull for a while in between arcs. Okay, noted. We're in between Act 1 and Act 2. Now is the best time to get side stories in. A lot of the early side events canonically take place in the time skip between Act 1 and 2. Okay. Quick question, did you open the Calcid box thing or did you send it back? They said that I could keep it and they will try to send me a Vulpes Foya. I have not yet opened it. I keep wanting to and then like something else comes up. But yeah. Violet Evergarden Peak, yeah, absolutely. Chapter 0 to 8 is like 2 weeks in Terra's time, then big time break of like almost a year, and then that's when 7 to 8 side stories happen. Okay. Noted. Start Elden Ring solo when? I've never played Elden Ring, I've just seen my friends play it. Vesa and Kaku used to play it on stream, and I documented some of their shenanigans in Bakadoodle form, but I've not played it myself. Side tangent unlocked Nendoroids. Agreed with Nendoroids, they're the thing Funko Pops wish they could be. Exactly. Yeah, but I think that they're just like, I think in terms of like proportion, I think they're the best. Let's see. Getting spoiled by a Nendoroid would be so tragic. The thing is, like, I've seen that there's like merch of like, let's say the witch Amiya design, right? And I'll immediately scroll past it and I'm like, I want to be able to see this, but I know I shouldn't, so I'm going away. So it's been like, it's very tricky sometimes. But yeah, I'm hoping that soon enough I'll be able to look at products. It's very tricky. There's some things where I'm just like, I want to look up merch, but it's also extremely risky to look up merch. Alright, I'm trying to see, like, she's got these basically steel-toed boots here, and I want to make sure I don't create a tangent with the dress. There's also vignettes. Alright, noted. Open it during Walk in the Dust since it's Cal's event. From what I've been told by someone, I thought that it was something of Calcit's, but I've now been told that it's like a blind box, so I have no idea what it is. It's probably like a button or something, right? I mean, it was really tiny. I have no idea. I have no clue what it was. How the heck do I do shoes in this manner, or do I just forgo logic with the boot layout here? Alright, hang on. How did I have this before? Okay, it needs to be about here in terms of where it's turning. So it's basically a side view for the shoe. And unfortunately, I can't see it. How do you do that in Chibi? Maybe like this? That's definitely gonna be tricky. And then I also still have to remember the rest of the dress back here that I kind of just drew in really quickly because I didn't want to deal with where it goes. Now you've beaten Tal, would you do the EX stages on stream? The EX stages are the times where I get to do stuff off stream. Like, I fully finished, Grani's event. I did that yesterday. I fully finished Grani's event. But, yeah, those are, like, I need some things that I can do off stream. EX is practice. Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's practice to prove to myself that I somewhat know what I'm doing. I try to do a lot on stream, but I need to have something that I can do off stream. Let's see. I think about I'm trying to figure out, like, the flow of this thing, too. I'll probably have to refine that part later, because I really can't tell where this is. This is a very confusing, layout that I've chosen. Well, I think it would be confusing no matter what, to be honest. But this is definitely a little confusing. This probably needs to go over a little bit more. Probably like about here. And I'm trying to also avoid tangents, which is like artist version of things that don't look good when they're too close to each other. I could go on a tangent about tangents, but I will refrain. It's like, okay, there's also a big amount in the back that I think I can't see, and that's probably also throwing off my perception. It's like about here? And then there's so much happening here, I can't even make it out. Hello, hello, Blug. Welcome in. Meanwhile, after defeating Tallulah, you're no longer a beginner. Yeah, I titled the stream Beginner's Final Test because I didn't know if I was gonna have to write that twice. But I did figure that, like, at this point, this does seem to be, like, the official cutoff. Which is fine, I've just been trying to figure out where it was, so... Alright, did I do the whole arm on one layer? I did do the whole arm on one layer, noted. Alright, and then how am I gonna do the hair? You gonna try the current event too? I don't remember if you had talked about that in the Discord. I am trying. I think I was told that it's okay if I don't do the boss. Obviously I don't have any context for anything. So what I will say is that so far it's very strange. I'm sure it means a lot to people, but it's definitely very strange when I have zero context. So, yeah, it's kind of an interesting experience. A lot of the themes are like, I don't have any of the context for it. But it's like, it's very, very different, I guess. Don't want to know, but it doesn't feel as scary as what's her name? Entelechia's event. Like, that one scared me. That one was like, I don't want to be here. I'm not supposed to be here. I do not want to be in this environment. But this one is like, okay, something is very odd, but I'm just gonna have to roll with the punches. It should be strange, but just ignore it. It'll be over a year until you get back to it. Noted. Noted. Don't worry, sometimes mechanics don't even make any sense in the story. Alright, that's good. That's good to know. You should be okay as long as you don't do the boss. Okay. Alright.
We don't have an official event. It's a little silly to call yourself a beginner after chapter 8. See, that's kind of what I was imagining. I think that a lot of people would probably continue using the term, just in terms of like YouTube and whatever. But I know myself to know that I would not be able to do that, even if other people still basically would consider me so. I don't know if I made any sense saying that whatsoever. Yeah, I'm not very good at explaining things sometimes. Trying to figure out how to... I'm looking at her E2 for how the hair should go, because there's not going to be any room on a chibi. Otherwise, putting it there. Maybe about here would make sense. And then flowers. These are 6-petaled flowers, okay. Vampire Lady, very scary. It wasn't even Angelecia herself. It was the environment of the stages. I did the first one, and then I was like, no, I'm not supposed to be here. Hey, just hello. Welcome in. How are you doing today? I hope you're having a good day. Alright. This is the other one here. Yeah, I don't know anything about Angelecia's event, but I did not think that whatever was happening was something that I should be involved in. So I did skip that one entirely. It's nice to at least be able to go back to playing an event. Alright. It's flowers here. It's still pretty bizarre, even if you're all caught up. Okay, noted. To be fair, that one was a vignette, which uses a collection of stage themes from past events / chapters. That one was 14. Okay, noted. This event is post-chapter 15. You won't be here for a really long time. Fair. Are you going to Gamble event? Is that the thing with the teams that people are doing? I don't think I can do that one. Because, there's enemies that are, like, major bosses that I've heard that appear in that. So, no, I'm not doing that. I think that's what you're talking about, right? I'm curious as to what people are doing, but no, I'm not gonna touch it. Been repeatedly stated, contains side story bosses and main story enemies with new mechanics. Yeah, I'm not gonna look at it. I'm staying away. I love how her hair is drawn here. It's so layered. Like, again, for this part, I'm looking at the E2 art. It's a very layered hairstyle, and they do a really good job with it. Alright, is this on another layer? It is. Okay. I need to get rid of this part. It's still very hard for me to draw layered hair, so stuff like this is a good exercise in doing layered hair correctly. It splits in so many different directions that it shows a lot of, like, very strong winds, strong movements, which work well with all the petals in the background.
I think this is like genuinely one of the prettiest E2 arts I've seen so far. It's literally just sports betting. Incredible. So is it like, first they had us do the sports, and now the enemy has to do the sports? Because that's kind of a funny idea. More like gladiator fights. That's fair. Reed is absolutely gorgeous. She is. She really is. Alright. I'm gonna make this a little bit more toned down. Just because it's chibi, so. Actually, well, Maybe I'll make this a little further out. And then where's her staff? Okay. Okay. We need to have a little bit of... Okay, this is tricky. Let's maybe make it a little further away so that the staff does not get as interrupted. It makes it a little bit easier for us to see. Overall, I think that could work well. The staff is just gonna have to be on a fully separate layer because there's so much confusion going on. I'm gonna hide, let me see. How's Necrass? Yeah, I'll hide that layer for now just so it's a little bit easier for me to make out. Save that just so we don't lose anything. I loved her when she was a 5-star Vanguard. I went crazy when she got her altar. I don't even know her as a 5-star Vanguard. I would like to at some point. She just overall seems great. You know what I like? I never knew anything like about her, but without like, I kind of like didn't put the puzzle pieces together until later because in the beginning, I really didn't know anyone's name. And I remember people pointing out in the art book the thing about how she like has trouble in different sleeping positions, right? And I never like knew who people were talking about necessarily. I really didn't know who any of the characters were, but I just remember thinking like, that's a really charming concept. That's such a charming design idea. And I hadn't even seen her design. I just heard about it. And I remember thinking like, that seems like a cool operator. I might want to look out for her at some point. And then the fact that I learned later, with like the altar or everything, that's basically that it's the same person. I was like, oh, I really do like her. I don't know, stuff like that I just think is so nice. We'll be returning seasonally. You'll be able to participate eventually. Okay, cool. Nice, good to know. How many fins does she have? Because I haven't even added the fins yet. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think? 1, 2, 3... Wait. Okay, no. 3 fins and then 6 spikes. Okay. Got it. Where is her... Yeah. 3 fins closer to the base. And then 6 spikes closer to the end. Okay. And of course on each side. Is that about right? Trying to see if that looks right. I actually started playing the game where the event for Reed Alter first ran, so she was my introduction to AK. It was love at first sight. Aw, I love that. I love that. That's great. Alright, let's see. I'm genuinely, like, super grateful that I was able to get her so relatively early. Because I think a lot of her and Suzerain just sort of, like, softened a lot of, how I felt in the beginning. Because, like, I think I've talked about this before, right? Like, Arknights was not a genre that I've ever explored. It's darker and grittier than anything else that I've experienced before. So having Reed and Suzerain sort of like ease me into that world with visuals and themes that I'm more familiar with really helped a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Borrowed a mythical dragon to bully a sand rat and fell in love with her. Yeah. I forgot, please buy Ennis in the shop? I cannot buy Ennis in the shop. Mizuki took my certs to do that. But that's okay, because I think we're okay on Vanguards. We've got Vulpes and we've got Kanta. I think we're okay in the Vanguard department right now. But yeah. I don't have any certs. Not an understatement, I've never been as obsessed with a character as Reed. That is fair. I think I feel that same way about Suzerain, to be honest. I'm glad I was the one who got you into Reed. I saved up pulls for her, got her, put her as support, sent you a friend request, the rest is history. Yeah. Thank you, I very much appreciate that. This is such an interesting design choice with the fins, because you would think that that type of motif is, like, more aquatic. So it's an interesting design addition, I feel. Unless they're supposed to be more like mini wings. In which case, I can understand that too. Technically, yes, but Ennis is the Vanguard? I mean, I'm sure that's the case. I don't doubt that. But, you know, I just... Look, Mizuki's already proven his worth, okay? And this is insane, by far the best Vanguard in the game, but you should be good. That's fair. Well, hello, welcome in, how are you? I felt that way with Aroma. Yeah, very fair. Alright, I'm really not sure how to do the fire on the tail. I'm probably going to wait because I want the fire to interact in, like, a very dynamic way. And I just don't really know how that's going to be until I do that with, like, a full brush, I think. She does have an aquatic skin, though? Yeah, she does have the beach skin, you're right. Oh. Making sure I'm doing the right amount of spikes here. Maybe something like that. that would be good. Really hard to tell. Happy to announce I got through the first round for a job application at a new place. Congratulations! I hope second round goes really, really well then. Congratulations, Aegis. I'm happy for you. Kanta has something Innis does not, and that's ammo skill? That's true. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm guessing Kanta and Surfer kind of have that in common. I don't know why I said that's true, because I don't know, but I would imagine that not everybody has it. Basically, for Innis, it's easy to waste her skill duration. Oh, good to know. Surfer does not? Wait, I thought Surfer does have ammo. Wait, I could have sworn Surfer had ammo, no? I could be very wrong then. I remember when I had to convince people that Reed was worth using when she was only a Vanguard. People say Vigna had higher damage potential, but Reed has arts and res for defense and arts enemies. Ooh. She was a decent cheap assassin for caster and tank enemies. Nice. I would probably want to try her on some stages if I ever get her in her non-alter version. I'm sure that, like, when you guys who are, like, more veteran, when you're more, late game, you probably spend a lot more time experimenting, right? I would imagine, anyway. I would imagine that would be the case. I feel like the proportions of the legs are not quite right, but I don't know. It's not like fully one-to-one Nendoroid, but I'm also trying to think about, maybe I just want the dress to be a little bit longer. But the dress isn't supposed to be longer. The dress goes to, like, a little below her knee. So that's actually where it's supposed to be. Why does it not feel right yet? Proportions are definitely messing with me here. They're very similar, so similar it's hard to justify building one if you have the other, unless you want to double agent at the start of a stage to turbo build TP. That's fair. Why is Special Week on there? Because Nendoroid! Because Nendoroid, proportions. Vanguard Reed was not it, especially her own skill 2 working against her. Then it makes the altar all that more special, right? Niches exist for that reason. That's what I figured. You've just spent resources somewhere. Fair. You found, Lappy Altar and you, and Blitz off the key. Jeez. Some branch out, some hoard resources, and brag about the stack of 10,000 Aura Rock cubes. Goodness. Is that why you guys are constantly farming? Alright, I don't know how to do the last, I don't know how to do these last pleats. This is something I struggle with on my own dress, actually, is doing these last pleats in the back where they all sort of, like, gather together, but not really. That's difficult just in general with these outfits, I think. Yep, the grind never stops. 1-7 is eternal, no. It's crazy. Lemon S2M3 takes like 30 gel. That's insane. See, there's a reason. Like the modules and the skill specializations and all that. You guys scare me. That seems like an insane amount of resources required for most of this stuff, and I don't want to touch it until I absolutely have to, because it just seems like there's so many resources needed for those. You're either farming or losing Sandy and CC or whatever the current hard game mode. Fair. It's really expensive, but not needed. It's very end game. That is very good to hear, because I am in no rush to do that. I'm in very much no rush to do that. Alright, I'm gonna have to do these patterns on her tights and everything a little bit later, I think, because this is a crazy amount of patterning. And then it looks like she has some sort of, case or something on her leg. Alright, we're getting there. It's definitely something I'm going to have to clean up off stream, because I'm genuinely having a hard time looking at it. Like, I can't even see what I'm doing. Also, how important is the briefcase? Because I feel like compositionally it probably will work better without the briefcase. I guess I should ask twice, right? How important is the briefcase, and how important is Necrass's card that she's holding? Can I leave both of those out, technically? Because I think compositionally it would be better without those, but I don't know how crazy important they are. So poor after trying to max Lemon, haven't even M3 or S3 yet. Some modules are worth getting, at least first level, but you said you're not in a rush? They won't change the gameplay by much. All I know is that at some point I want to do modules and specializations for Fox Family. I want to give the best to Suzerain and Vulpes, but other than that, I really don't have any, like, intense need at the moment here. Chibi's looking super good, Star. I'd love to draw Chibis this well. Thank you, Black. I appreciate it. At this point, I'm basically copying the Nendroid proportion, which some people are asking why is Special Week here, because I'm looking at the Nendroid proportion, because I think Nendroids have the best chibi proportions. I think it's just the perfect balance, you know? There's a lot of people who will do chibis like this, and I feel like it's just really hard to do a lot with that. And then there's people who will do, like, you know, full chibi, or semi-chibi, I should say, which is like, it works, but it takes a lot longer. And I feel like Nendroid chibi is just the perfect chibi, you know? The briefcase has a scope. I did notice that, yes. You can leave them out. They are both unimportant. Okay, thank you. Again, don't know anyone's story, really, but I didn't know if it's gonna be one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's fine, it's just like a little extra accessory, or no, that's the equivalent of not drawing Viviana with a candle, you know? Like, I don't know why it's important, but I do know it's important. So, I'm just like, trying to guess? I'm trying to guess. Alright. I feel a little bit stuck with Reed at the moment, so I'm going to move down to where Necrass is and try to add a little bit more detail there. Do you like auto sweep function? Spend 6 times Sandy, run only once, receive 6 times rewards. I haven't had a chance to use it that much, but it does seem really, really convenient. Because, yeah, there's a lot of times where, it's just time consuming, right? You're just running it in the background. It's not really doing anything special. I do wonder if it's going to, like... Well, no, I mean, I've seen people talk about this in the Discord, where they were basically, like, seeing if it was gonna make a difference in terms of user-based interaction, but probably not. Probably more of just an irritation than anything. Alright, did I do this all in one layer? Let's not. Let's not do that. Let's not do that all in one layer. Let me at least separate the arm and this giant staff. Because that's gonna be a lot. Alright. And of course, I'm not going to really know how to draw without the arm there, but at least if I can separate it, it helps. And then I know she also has much longer hair. Much, much longer hair. I don't even know how I'm gonna deal with that in terms of the composition. Extremely long hair. It's gonna have to be like, maybe like this? Really, really long hair. Maybe something like that. The entire bottom half of this design is just hair. Module level 1 is almost always worth it, for at least the stats it gives. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. What's up north of Hallucinari? I am not saying. I'm not saying. Should have picked the Frost Nova, Nendo. You mean in terms of the pictures right now? Siam Zero has been extremely gracious in sending a Frost Nova Nendo through Throne that I still have to photograph. In terms of what's currently on the screen, I did not want to look up Arknights and Androids. I try and throw level 1 mods on everyone I use a lot, but after that, I'll only max them out for special characters. That makes sense. Reed's briefcase has a bunch of medical resources, to the point it's more a doctor's briefcase. Meanwhile, no one knows what a Plana's Yu-Gi-Oh card is for. See, I assumed it was like a tarot card. I assumed that it was like some sort of spell card like what I have, or a tarot card that had some sort of symbolic significance. Yeah, I wasn't sure. Armless implant. No, I have it like hidden temporarily. If you buy the Chen anime skin pack, they give you furniture that plays Requiem. I did see that, yeah. And I also saw that the Calcit one plays the Lullaby. And I'm somewhat tempted, but I don't know. Reed used to have just as much hair. Oh my gosh. The new autoclear is actually very good because some stages / operators rely on RNG. Previously, getting bad RNG would stop autoclears and be annoying. Now you only need to get one lucky run. Yeah, very true, and I've definitely dealt with that myself. Where just bad RNG ruins a run. And there's times where I've had to, redo, a basic run to, I think, what do people call it? A clean run? There's times I've had to make a clean run. Had to redo something to make it cleaner. So let's see. I really can't figure out how this will interact the same way. The thing is with doing these two chibis, since I don't have too much experience doing the chibi, I also don't have as much experience, like, getting the proportion right. So, it takes me some time to try to match these and figure it out, but I'm doing this for practice so that I will be able to do this more efficiently in the future, basically. Alright, this
I'm trying to see, like, how far the outfit goes, how large it should be, etc., etc. This is less of a dress, so it needs to be a little bit tighter. But it also still needs to have the right proportions. Yeah, the proportions are gonna kill me a little bit. I have to make the leg look like it makes sense. Might have to change it a little. Alright, what if I grab the whole thing and move it around a little? Alright, that might work. Maybe something like that. And then this jacket covers that part right there. Guard summons Green Eyes Blonde Dragon. The card looks cool, that's what matters. The card does look cool, yeah. Like, you mean you don't know how to do chibis? I'm practicing with chibis. I'm looking at some chibis that I admire from other artists. And I'm looking at Reed, and I'm trying to figure out how to simplify things as best I can. It's not easy for me yet. I'm still trying to figure it out. Let me see if I have a good example. There's this one artist that I really enjoy. Their name is Matcha. And this is one of the pieces that they've done. Let's see if I can get that. There we go. And they also do a very Nendroid style thing. So I'm also looking at this piece from Matcha while I am trying to understand proportion, lighting, everything like that. I love Matcha's style a lot. I love how soft the colors are. DHLPH, thank you so much for continuing to be a celestial stargazer. Thank you. Prism. Thank you, I appreciate it. I know that artist? Yeah, Matcha's really well known. Oh, that's the thumbnail. Matcha's really well known in the space. I love her work. I think she does a really great job. Prism covered it now! Prism! Oh, I've got to figure out a good solution for that. But thank you, THLPH. I appreciate it. Alright, let's see here. We're gonna need to keep messing with the proportions, I think. Maybe move this up a little bit more? So that it's... That's the thing with the chibis, is you really have to basically, like, squish their proportions in a weird way. Necrass is wearing tights, but they're, like, ripped at the bottom, and then the coat is just slightly covering right there. It's... like, okay. Alright, then. Interesting choices. Prism's hungry, he ate THLPH, no! It's like one of those, whatchamacallit, talismans that, Onmyoji use? That's what I was thinking! What are those called? I know what you're talking about, like the paper sealing thing. That was my other thought. I was like, it's either a tarot card, or it's like some sort of spell card, or it's or it's sealing paper. I forgot what they're called now. It's not Tanzaku. It looks like the same size as Tanzaku, but I don't think it's Tanzaku. I think it's sealing paper, but I forget the official word for it now. Maybe move Prism on another side of the chat? Prism doesn't really fit anywhere. I'd probably just need to, yeah, I don't know. I've removed Prism, and then people get mad. So, I don't know. I just need to move some things around, probably.
Now I'm trying to remember what the Onmyoji use. What is that called? It's man, I'm pretty sure it's Shikigami. What? Ofuda, thank you. I think that's it, right? Is it Ofuda? Wait, that sounds familiar. I think it's Ofuda. I think you're right about that. Yes, thank you. I was like, I know I've heard this before. Yes, it's Ofuda, thank you. That's what I was thinking. I don't know if this actually is, but that's what we were thinking about. Shikigami? Someone said it earlier? What is Shikigami? I know Ofuda, but I don't think I know Shikigami. I was confusing the stickers with the human-shaped ones. Oh, like in Spirited Away? I remember because of Reimu and Toho. That's fair. That's fair. Shikigami are the ones used to throw jutsu? Now I'm really confused. I don't know of any... I forget how Shikigami are normally seen. The small paper spirits they always chuck around like it's Halloween. I remember it in Spirited Away, but I don't remember. I don't recall what the general use is. Alright, let's have her jacket, like, going outward a bit, sort of matching the regular art. I think that'll work. Makes sense. Where is the jacket in relate? Okay, yeah, this is definitely squished around a little. I'm trying to move things around to make it make sense. Alright, this is probably a little closer to the right proportions. Maybe make that... About here? Probably? Yeah, that's probably accurate. As much as it can be. About... There we go. Yeah, if her legs bent like that, I can't really do anything about it. I just sort of have to keep putting more jacket over it. There's a... What? Bot? What? A bot? The bot is the number 2... Wait, what are you saying? Huh? Oh, why does Stream Elements get a number? That's so stupid! The heck? That's really dumb. Also, Burning Fire, hello, welcome in. That's so stupid. I think you have two options regarding Prism Star. Either put Prism on a diet or put Prism on top of your model. I prefer the second because it's funnier, it makes it seem like Prism is speaking. The heck?
The bot do be chatting. Thank you, Johnny Virtual. I appreciate the shout out to keep making the bot chat, apparently. Oh my gosh. I can't tell if you guys are like collectively rooting for the bot or what. It truly is your #1 fan. It's been there in every stream and actively chatting. Truly the Stream Elements bot biggest MVP. Not every stream it wasn't there on Monday? True! Oh, that's a good point. I need to look into what the heck is wrong there. Because I still don't know what went wrong. No Monday fic fan. Oh. I'm taking the bot's place. Babylon, my goodness. Thank you for the super chat, I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Oh my gosh. Use Prism as the cursor instead of the crystal? That doesn't make any sense! Oh. THLPH, if you want to look at the Crewster, you have to do the exclamation mark without the space. Although I don't know why you're looking for the Crewster. There you go. Alright, maybe this needs to be a little further back. Think here. Again, I'm trying to avoid tangents. I'm trying to, like, draw things in a way where they don't interfere with the things in front or behind them. Where it won't look like the same line. That is what I'm actively trying to avoid, is this tangent issue. Might make my life easier if I just avoid it altogether, actually. Do that, too. Might actually feel more balanced that way, actually, now that I think about it. Alright. Try something like this. I can't stand tangents. It's like the worst thing to me. If I see a professional artist do tangents, I get so disappointed. No one can escape them, but you can do your best to mitigate them. Better build Limwin? I don't have many resources to build super much. I had to build Noel because we desperately needed Noel, but... I'm trying to avoid tangents. Mission Impossible theme plays. Sine, cosine, tangent? No, it's like, how do I explain tangents? Okay, so, you see how I, like, been changing how this tail has been working? If I had a tangent, then it would look like this. If the tail line and the leg line looked like they were from the same line, that is a tangent. This makes me so uncomfortable. That is a tangent. It's not good to do in art because you can't tell what's in front or what's behind. It creates a distorted form of perspective. It messes with your head. It's not good to do. If you can avoid these, do it at all costs.
That is a tangent. Or Noel broke his back carrying the team. We only had Noel for a day and he was like our MVP. Oh my gosh, it's like... It's so terrible because we had never used him at all before. So it's like, welcome to Rhodes Island. Your first mission is fighting the dragon. Literally put him through hell on day one. A true trial by fire. Yeah. What is my next leveling target? Maybe Lapland? I'm not really sure. Maybe Lapland. Welcome aboard, have fun. 600k LMD and event shop, a lot of EXP, also rare mats, 5 resources. Thank goodness that we can auto the stages now, right? I'm gonna have to probably be doing a lot of that. I don't like that Necrass's tail is so much bigger than Reed's. I can't fit it nicely. Alright, what if I make it like this direction and then add a little bit more fire here, make it slightly more even? Does that make any difference? Ugh. No, I know I probably should do it ugh. Maybe if I make the... Still have to worry about all the hair. I haven't even focused on the hair. Still have to worry about all the hair that I'm gonna have to deal with here. You? No, you is not E2. Make the intern run the company on day 1. Why are you guys trying to push stream elements? Is Saturday fashion only, or are we wrapping up 8 with it? I'm thinking we're wrapping up 8 and then doing the fashion afterward. You're missing out of the sweet, sweet self-regen for him, though. I know, but you know what? He's already, like, insanely good with E1. This tail's bothering me. I feel like there needs to be... Oh, you know what? That's what it is. That will help things feel less... Things were feeling, like, not quite, Alright, once the fins are on, and once the spikes are on and everything, that'll feel more even. It was feeling very uneven. So that will probably help. And then we'll move this away a little bit. Ah, shoot. Don't use the wrong layer. And then we'll figure out what to do about the flame later. That helps a lot. Okay. Without this layer here, it was feeling very empty and I couldn't figure out why, and then it's like, oh yeah, you still haven't added this entire thing. Also we still have to add the fins, so that'll make a difference too. The fins are going downwards, right? Okay. So... Wait, I need to... I'm trying to think about... Alright. Need to change a few things here, I think. Need to make this have a little bit more room. And then I need to figure out how to... This is going down and outward, so this would have to go... It's confusing. So they're sort of from the side, so it doesn't look the best. Be like that. Okay, there we go. It's hard to do it like opposite from where the visuals are. There we go. I think that makes a little bit more sense. Hello, Vessel. Welcome in, welcome in. The event, by the way, have you done the request game? No, because I forgot that you had mentioned it until, like, this morning, and I remember seeing it in the menu, and I was like, I probably shouldn't touch that. I don't know if that's, like, the thing in the Ablana event that people said is, like, immediately all spoilers. So I didn't touch it, and then afterwards I was like, oh wait, I think Zangetsu said something about a minigame. So TLDR, did not touch it yet. I will though, because well, I mean, you know, let me know if it's okay. But I really enjoyed the minigame for the Zwillingstorm event. I like that they do stuff like that. This tale's bothering me. Point of view read after having to learn to sleep standing up. There has got to be a solution for that. She shouldn't have to sleep standing up. There's got to be a solution. You would just have to, like... What if it was, like, one of those massage beds that have, like, the hole for your face, and then your horns could... There's gotta be a way to do it. You need more innovation for Dracos. Just don't sleep ever. As long as you don't read any of it? The minigame in the current event involves doing the stages, so you kind of have to not read anything. Not really a minigame, they just ask you to complete certain stages? I'm a little confused. 30,000 for a cheese wheel. That doesn't even make sense. One of the cutscenes in one of the stages required for the minigame opens with a massive spoiler character. You have to try to not get flashbanged. What? Oh, this is scary. Sleep upside down like a bat hanging by the tail. Oh. It's really suggested you just skip story and do enough stages to get Armor Man and open the minigame. You only need to read the objective they ask you and get the reward for it, and increase the cap of the rewards you get daily. I'm a little confused. Okay, I'm gonna have to ask you guys for clarification on that later, because I don't think I quite understand what you're saying. Also, I just realized I think I want to redo where these fins are. I think I want these ones to be the back fins so that these ones can be in the front. I think that'll look better. Maybe. I don't know. I'm having a hard time figuring out the fins here. Or, the wings? I don't know what we're calling them. Why is your pose so much harder to deal with? Why can't you be more like Reed and just have this nice, elegant tail? Instead, I'm fighting this thing. Ugh. You just, like, immediately get destroyed. Yeah, try to be more like your sister. Maybe something like this? Maybe we'll try something like that. Hang on a sec. I didn't say the cheese wheel was 30,000. I said I'd get you a cheese wheel for the price of 30,000. You're getting $2,000 cheese wheel and I'm pocketing 28K. A mattress with contour for her tail so she can sleep on her back? That's what I'm thinking, yeah. There's gotta be solutions. I don't think you can really do anything in Massive Travels without risking massive spoiler jump scare. There's gotta be some way to... The minigame has flavor text attached to each other. It uses characters as an anchor point. Most you'll know, but it also uses a character that was just introduced by the event. There are huge no-no main story characters featured annoyingly prominently. Okay. Just don't read anything and hit skip. It's not the skipping the regular stages that I think is the problem. From what I can understand, it doesn't sound like that is the issue. News, Star judges Necrass's tail saying it's too fat. I didn't say it's too fat, I said it's hard to work with. I think I just need to, like, give her more of a... I think I need to have her, kicking upwards a little bit more. Maybe that'll help. Yeah, I think that does help, actually. Cutting Corners, thank you so much for the raid! Thank you, Prism! Thank you very much for the raid, Cutting Corners. Hello. Welcome in, how are you doing? Hello, my name is Starlight Akari. I am a prismatic kitsune. I am currently working on drawing Reed and Necrass as a phone wallpaper, but welcome in. I hope you enjoy. Also, Eve, thank you so much for resubscribing. What the heck? I'm sorry. Eve, hello. I'm sorry, I'm not this is so hard to deal with the Twitch and the YouTube side at the same time, but I hope you're doing all right. You guys do not need to freak out every time there's raiders, I swear. I was hoping you could read the event. Reading it myself, I was like, she can't see this or this or this. I mean, I never read it. It's more of a matter of being able to ignore things. Hang on. It's too cumbersome for regular arts? No, don't add the S on the end. Vessa, thank you for showing up the Discord. I appreciate it. Cutting Corners, I hope you had a good stream. I hope it went well. If you need to get up, get food, take a break, whatever you need to do. Thank you again for sending your community over. I appreciate it greatly.
Where did Prism? I had to remove Prism so that Cutting Corners could see that that I got the raid. Just make Vesa do the event? I mean, man. Do you not have hello, my name is? No, because my name is right up there. Right there. You can almost touch it with my ears. I'd like to try to, I don't know. I mean, I could always skip the minigame probably, right? If I have to. Yeah, it's a weird event, and I have questions, but of course I don't want them answered either. But it would be nice to do one since I've skipped, like, the past 3. They're scaring you about the event, just skip and play. There's no spoilers if you do that. The thing is, like, when I skip, I also have my hand over everything. And the only part that I'm showing is the do you want to skip button yes. I very intentionally, like, I keep my hands everywhere. Just so I'm, like, trying to not see anything. But minigame-wise, I have no idea. If I have to skip that, then so be it. But I would like to do a something. It's not a minigame, it's literally just a list of missions, like complete stage 3, use a defender to get extra stuff. Okay, I see. I do not understand what Usako meant by cutscene. I'm not really sure either. Do you mean, like, the animation that played? I mean, I skipped that, like, in the load, like, when we all downloaded the update. I skipped the animation when we all downloaded the update. Want to see Star fight the boss? I cannot fight the boss. I've been told to not fight the boss. I've been told to not even get to the point where I could reach the boss. Alright, I think the fins make sense if we do it this way. And then we sort of have the back of the tail, like, here. I think that'll make sense. It does still seem a little disconnected. It does still feel a little disconnected, and I think it's just due to the size. I'm not exactly sure how to fix that in comparison to how... Like, Reed's tail looks so natural, and Necrass's feels very disjointed, and I don't entirely know how to fix that right now. Maybe if I make the... Maybe the hair? Maybe the jacket? I don't know what it needs, really. Maybe if the hair is kind of going in front... Oh! I didn't realize there's these giant tassels going around her neck. That actually might help solve everything. Just have a giant tassel in the way. I didn't realize there's giant tattered tassels. That might actually solve the entire problem. Just erase this whole thing and put a giant tattered tassel in front of it. There we go. Problem solved. Giant tattered tassel. Are the tassels really big or are they small? They're huge! They're huge! They're a huge tassel. Extremely large tassel. Very, very large tassel takes up so much of the space that I need to not make it look awkward. Very useful giant tassel. Tassels come in clutch, always. Alright, second one I'm not entirely sure. Thank you very much for subscribing, thank you, thank you. I'm sorry Prism's in the way, she's not usually when I'm in a stage clear. But Serene Casual, thank you for subscribing, I appreciate it. New star accent speech just dropped. I'm pretty sure Vesa already has a clip of me doing that. That's right, YouTube viewers, we're coming to raid. Your defenses better be ready. Cutting corners, you don't understand. The YouTube people get very, very spooked by raids.
Today we're stage clearing the art. I don't know if we're gonna stage clear it. I think we're gonna like half clear it today. I think THLPH meant the way you said huge. I don't know. Maybe? Alright. There's 2 tassels. I don't know where to put the second one. Alright. There's still jacket. Huh. I don't even know where to have the second arm, frankly. It's so messy here. None of this is actually very clear. Maybe we're just gonna have to have the tassel, like, going past the tail like this? Rhea doesn't have anything like that, does she? No, she doesn't. You're gonna have to do something like this, I suppose, with the tassels. And making sure to avoid the tangents, of course. Something like that could be nice. Maybe. And then if I do a little bit of a... Can I fill this little area right here, or should that just be... Oh, hair can fill that. Hair can fill an area here. It's getting very visually confusing, though, for sure. I'm somewhat paying attention to making sense of how it's working, but it's not easy. Also, wait, does it have a flat bottom, or is it... No, okay, it does have a... I think? Yeah, it does end in a triangle, okay. Hard to tell. I feel like this design does have a lot of storytelling going on with it. But again, you know, trying to not look into it too much. But I'm noticing, like, how they showed the tassels being all, like, charred and everything, and I'm like, okay, this is intriguing. Very fascinated by how they do this. Alright, what if I do it, like, here? It goes to a point here, right? I'm just trying to figure out how to make it go to the point correctly. Hmm? Hang on a sec. Are you processing everything from Tuesday? I don't know, to be honest. Where am I on the event stage? I think I stopped at 4? Maybe 3. I either stopped at 3 or 4. I can't remember it right now. Maybe that's why I can't figure it out, is because it is tattered. I'll do it like that then. That actually works well. It lets a little bit more of the tail showing through, but it has enough visual noise that you don't get distracted by... See, before without the tassel, it was just so empty looking, and the tassel really helps build it back. I think it's, like, the best way I can say it. And I might also move this foot a little bit backward so we can fill more of that space too. Just a little bit, but it does enough. It just looks a little bit less awkward that way, see? Unless it looks too short. No, it's good. It's good. It works. Okay. The heck?
Said the chat disconnected for a sec. Are you guys still with me here? Yeah, I think you are. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Everybody's still here, right? You're here, testing, testing. No, I'm not. Wait. I'm not muted, right? That's a joke, right? Don't joke about that. Do not ever joke about a streamer being muted. Don't ever joke about that. How to give streamers heart attack 101. It's not a joke, you're muted? I don't think okay. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Woodchuck could chuck wood. No Ethan for stream nights now. I'm serious, you guys. You cannot joke if a streamer is muted. Genuinely. Plus, you know that we've already dealt with that problem so many times in the past. Do not joke about that. Keep telling my chat, answering the sound check saves lives. I think I just found out how chat can end them. Yeah. We got a bit of trolls in here. A few trolls. If Ethan makes it into stream nights, I'm leaving the Discord. Wait, that's not fair. Wait, okay, now I'm confused. Why are the spikes only showing up on one side now? In the artwork. Wait, am I crazy? Oh. There's... I thought the spikes were on both sides, but no, there's only top spikes. And on Necrass's art, there's more, there's 4. Why is there 4? Okay, 3 fins on each side, that's at least consistent. Why 4 spikes? I told you the spikes near the tip? Yeah, no, I get that, but also how many are there supposed to be? Reed has 3, Necrass has 4? I feel like Gura right now. Alright, Cutting Corners, have fun with lurking. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Hero, hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. She's the edgy goth one. It makes sense. What, that you'd have an extra spike? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 on Reed. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the E2. 1, 2, 3 on Reed. Does she really have, like, one singular extra spike? Are you kidding me? So extra. So extra, what the heck? Fine, we'll give you an extra spike. E01 Reed art also has 4? Not the altar. Also, what the heck? Wait, what the heck? Is this the official artwork? Wait. How have I not noticed how rough this is? Wait, that's kind of fascinating. Huh. Wait, like the work is good, but like I didn't expect it was so rough. What? I thought this was like the most professional we could get. It's actually really rough. Huh. I didn't notice that.
Yeah, hang on a sec. So here we've got, alright, let me pull them up on different canvases so you can see what I'm saying. Alright, first of all, didn't realize how rough the rendering was. On her official artwork, I'm really surprised. The artist likes making their art rough in spots. It's really nice to see. Because it means that you don't have to, that you can be super professional, and not have to worry about every single little stroke and detail. All the work went into the dress. But yeah, unless I'm blind, I see 1, 2, 3 spikes. And then on Necrass, I see 1, 2, 3, 4. Unless Reed is... But I don't see that Reed is hiding one here at all, unless you want to argue that there's one hidden in the fire. But then it's also the same in the E2. Unless you want to, again, argue there's another in the fire. I see 1, 2, 3. I don't see any in the fire. And then... with this E2 that I'm trying to not pay much attention to, I see 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stranger Spike? I think she has... You think one is covered by cloth? But then if I go to the... Then there's 1, 2, 3, 4... And then I can't tell anything else. There's definitely 5 in the E1 because of the separation, right? That's what I'm... Yeah, 1, 2, 3, probably 4, and then 5. But then, does Reed have 3? Like, that's the main thing, right? 1, 2, 3, maybe in fire, maybe not. 1, 2, 3, doesn't look like it's in fire. So, do you guys think it's 3 and 5? Check the in-game chibi? I think Reed has 3. Beach Skin looks like it has 4. Beach Skin looks like it has 4. On. Stop it. One, two, three. I see 3. Use the bow on the 4th? I don't think so. I think it's 3. Alright, what about Curator? Because Curator's pretty clear, right? One, 2, 3, and then the rest is a little bit hidden by flame, but I don't think there's another one hidden. I think it's 3. Yeah, so Curator is 3. Swimsuit is 3. E2 is 3. And E1 is 3. I think Reed has 3. And Necrass has possibly 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 1 hidden. We're not sure. And 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 1 hidden based on spacing, and I think we can see it here. I think it's 3 and 5. You can see it's kind of raised right here.
thing is, Necrass also has 3 in a future skin. Dang it! Why no consistency? Just give 4 to both as an average? No, that's not how it works. Necrass has 3 in her skin. I hate this. I hate this. They fixed it, apparently? Wait, fixed in which direction? Fixed in that they're both supposed to have 3? I love inconsistencies in official reference art. I know, right? I'd say 3? To 3. Okay, so they are supposed to both be 3. Let's just go with it. And then... I think about direction here. It's probably the back, that's probably the front. Okay. Let's just do it like this. Do it like this and be done with it. We spend too much time counting spikes. They're twins, they should look pretty much the same. I figured as much. But I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell. I figured that would be the case. Franco, hello, hello, welcome in, welcome in. Immersion Ruin, I'd suggest you never play this game ever again. No, it's fine. It's their portrait. It's their portraits painted. It's fine. It's all good. I've spent so long focusing on that part that I don't even know where we're at now. Let me just try to add a little bit more detail to her face. Her face needs more detail. Her face has been neglected a little bit. Let's try to add some more detail to her face then. Add a little bit more hair here. Try. It's fine, doesn't bother me. It bothers me a lot, and that one's still green. Still hate her. She's called Necrass and not Banana. I mean, I think that's part of her just trying to be more edgy, right? Alright. Let's see here. Alright, this is on a separate layer, right? So I don't... Okay. If I have to move the hair around, I don't have to deal with that further. And then there's a little bit... One more part here, probably. There we go. Is this centered? I would imagine this is centered. And then... else? Okay, lots of hair. Everywhere. Lots of hair everywhere. I'm not sure how to deal with it at the moment. Because it kind of goes in... There's a lot of overlap. There's a lot of different directions. I'm not sure how I'm going to cross over everything. Probably... Okay, I can do a little bit here. There's so much crossing. So much crossover. And then this is probably going to be, like, here. I've noticed that she has, like, long hair pieces here, here. This is getting so confusing. At this point, like, you know, I feel like this is basically nearly designed to look like a keychain at this rate. I'm so tempted to, I'm so tempted to, like, if I knew how to do keychains, if I knew how to do merch like that, that would be a very tempting one to do. Because this is basically designed already that way. With how much I have everything overlapping each other. Let me see if I can push it a little bit, just so it's not as, I think the tail is a little too far out. Move the tail inward a tiny bit. So it has less of a rectangle, more of a square box shape. I'm gonna move the flame about here. Yeah, that feels better. Reed isn't taking up nearly as much space, and I feel like there should be about even. I feel like they should be about even, right? Reed's not taking up nearly as much space. It's probably because of the hair, I would imagine. I'm not sure how to handle the hair. The hair is taking up so much room. Necrass gets more space because she's benched. She deserves it. You actually have an Etsy shop call out with merch? I do, except I don't think anyone is needing of my Etsy store right now because it's all VTuber assets at the moment. Yeah, I think I might make her hair a little bit smaller just so that we can get some more negative space, because the problem is right now this has no negative space. Well, okay, to be fair, neither does her E1. I think the hair is not supposed to be down to her feet. It's supposed to be, like, down to her knees. So... I'm not sure yet. Probably have it, like, here, maybe? Debating on how much to exaggerate versus how much to... We did it like that. And then is this all hair? I think that's all hair. We'll do something like... that? It's not even. Maybe... The positive space only. You need to make keychain merch with this? This is so keychain coded. I know it is. I just, I would love to. I would really, really love to. It feels very keychain coded. I wasn't intending on that. I was really just intending on, making the wallpaper. But now I'm looking at, like, Necrass specifically, I'm like, why are you so keychain coded? You know what? You still have huge hair, and it looks like it's actually flying behind you, so maybe it is longer. How long is your hair supposed to be? Okay, the E2 basically says that it does essentially go down to the... Yeah, your hair is very long. Your hair can be huge. But yeah, Reed doesn't take up as much space. She doesn't feel as keychain coded, and she's the one that needs to be! If I'm gonna work on a keychain, it's gotta be Reed. How do I... do I make your jacket bigger? I probably have to make your jacket bigger, right? Or this dress layer, the sheer dress layer. Give her the briefcase? It's not gonna do much, because it would only go, like, here. The problem is the tail. If the tail was doing that, then it would probably work. But that doesn't work in the composition for this. You know what I'll probably do? I'll make a version that uses a different tail and a different facial expression. And that could work. That could work. This has to have sort of like the interaction of the two of them. But if I do this kind of thing, and then I change her eyes and change her mouth, then that would probably be better, so I can save that as a future thing. Tail variant. I think that works. Zoomer lingo's gotten out of hand. We have keychain coded now. It's a composition thing. Don't ask Arknights ops how long their hair is. Reed always ties her hair? Noted, noted. Vessa says SMH my head as a joke. I don't know why, but he does. Yeah, I think if we change the tail, it'll work, right? Because then if it's like, that could probably work. And then it would be probably hanging, like, from here or something. I don't know. We'll play with it. Later. Someday. In the future. I'm not exactly in the biggest rush to get back into merch making anytime soon. Not that I don't like merch, but it is one of the most intensive, expensive endeavors. And I don't exactly have a need to jump into it right away. I can't see what I'm doing now. There's so much hair in the way. It's just all hair. I can't tell what I'm doing. And I'm also trying to add extra strands so that those pieces on the face don't feel super empty. And I can barely see what I'm doing at this point. God forbid you try Psylocke hair. Oh, jeez. You have to send me a copy of every future merch you make so I can test it for quality purposes. Did you try to make Necrass's tail smaller? I tried. It didn't work very well. I can try. Just to make them more even, you mean? It doesn't work too well. You can't do it much, honestly. Because then it starts getting a little too close to the foot. Maybe that does make it feel a little bit more even, though? I don't know if that makes any difference, really. Maybe. It's not too different, but it might be helpful in the grand scheme, and then we can sort of scooch her over a little bit here. And then we grab her hand and move it slightly there. And I think I want to make this going a little bit outward. Maybe make that a little larger. Turn it slightly. That might help a tiny bit. A fraction. You know, a fraction is still something. Her hair is like a third of her E2R. It is, right? I think that works. It's like, it barely makes any difference, but it's still doing something. So we'll go with it. We'll take it. And yeah, I haven't really figured out how I want to even do the middle, but I'm thinking it's probably going to be doing something like this in the back. I'm not really sure, or like, some sort of flame interaction thing. Not really sure yet. They look much better proportionally now? That's good. It's weird, right? It's just like tiny changes, but I wonder if I could even make Reed just a tiny bit bigger overall. Just because, I think that she just feels a tiny bit smaller. If I was to just make her a tiny bit larger, does that help at all? Maybe. Well, it makes her less close. Alright, maybe that, and then we'll shift both of them over a tiny bit. How does that look? Is that now less in proportion? More in proportion? Actually, wait, maybe that's fine. Tiny little annoying changes that I know that no one else really cares about. I get it. I think it helps, though. Tiny little bits of tweaking. Reed, move your tail, you're gonna fry Necrass's hair. Well, Necrass is going to light Reed's dress on fire. It's not really great either way. That Cranky, thank you for shouting out the Discord. I appreciate it. If you haven't yet joined our Discord and you would like to, we do have an Arknights channel, but do please keep in mind that we have spoiler threads for anything past where I am at. I have not yet fully finished Chapter 8, so do keep that in mind. But we'd be happy to have you. Reed's dress is fireproof, don't worry. Source, trust me. I guess it would have to be with how much your own tail would probably get in the way. I wonder if that would also go for your hair. It would have to, right? Like, okay, it would have to, because otherwise Necrass would basically be constantly lighting her hair on fire. So, I think you'd have to be fireproof all over. They both swing their tails around a lot in their chibi. Yeah, it's already brushing against their hair. It's already brushing against their dress. Alright, let's get rid of this thing, because this is just distracting me. And we'll probably have, like, some hair strand here, or jacket, or something, to add, like, a little bit of extra something or other here. Just to finish it off from her head. Oh, there are pieces like that. Okay. We got a piece like that, and then there's like a flippy piece. Wait, now her head looks flat. Alright. Give it a little bit more volume here. Maybe the flippy piece up here. A little higher. There we go. Okay, that works better, I think. And then I noticed her horn is a little bit larger. And it also has an extra spike on it. Let me see if that's consistent. No, it's not consistent. Okay, lovely. Not consistent. Maybe it's just a highlight then. There's like a little tiny spike here. And it's actually very clearly showing on either side. And Reed definitely does not have this. I also have to make sure I don't forget that her ear does show. I technically wouldn't have to show it. Can kind of go either way. Her hair could just be in the way. I think with Reed it would not show, right? No, it does show with Reed as well. In the chibi it doesn't really have to, though. It's already very tight visually, hard to see. Yeah, it doesn't have to show in the chibi. Alright. Make you hate yourself? Look at Reed's witch skin? Why? Why are you going to make me hate myself? That's a great start to the conversation. Why would you say that? What detail did I mess up? You're gonna tell me I messed something up and I don't know what it is. I don't know if I want to know what it is. Alright, hang on. What horrors are you bringing upon me? Where is it? Side horn in front, yeah. Oh, it does have it, doesn't it? Wait, are you pointing out something else, or? You're just pointing out this part, right? Hopefully. This area? Okay. Oh, that's not terrible. If I need to do that, then that's fine. The inconsistencies, though, are kind of crazy.
Just add a little bit here. Beach skin also shows it. Okay, it's just harder to see. On Necrass, it was confusing me because that looks, like, really different with that highlight. That looks very, very different. Don't forget the chest firelight. We haven't even touched the color. Going through every layer until I can remember what my actual document is. I mean, yeah, I'll make a layer here so I don't forget, but yeah, we haven't gotten that far yet. Probably not gonna be there for a while. Especially on Necrass, because this is a mess. This is an absolute mess. I can't tell what's happening at all here. Also, this might be... Wait, is this gonna get covered up by, a hand? No, I'll have it lower. Okay, I'll make it... I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. There's probably a lot that I'm gonna have to do off stream that's like, alright, we'll make this less intense then, because I think it was just the highlight. At that point, I could just, like, literally paint over it later, too. Alright. This is so messy. This is so messy. I can barely tell what I'm looking at. I'm trying to get a little bit of the hair here. And there's a whole jacket here, too. And then where's the jacket hand? There's a whole jacket hand that I can barely see. That's, like, somewhere here. And then that jacket has to go behind the hair. And then somehow not get in the way here either. And sort of like, I guess, fall around it. Probably don't need that strand if I have a whole jacket to worry about. And then, the jacket is, like, slightly off-shoulder, which I don't think I can do. I don't think I did that with Reed, either. I can't really do the off-shoulder part. There's not enough room on a chibi for that. How far does this arm go? Alright, this probably has to be... lower? Probably has to be lower. So that I can somewhat have like a tiny bit of looking like it's off shoulder, but not entirely because I don't have enough room for that. That's close. Then there's this whole thing with her arm. Okay, the thing is, like, her arm has to, the way I have her positioned, this arm is going to have to cross over. And I'm not sure how to have the arm crossing over with this jacket. I don't even think it's correct yet. The arm is gonna have to be lower. Can you even see what I'm doing? I can't even see what I'm doing. The shoulder has to be here, the arm has to be here, which means that the jacket has to be higher, which means I can't do an off-shoulder jacket because I don't have enough room if I have the arm crossing over. Does that make any sense at all? I think these are all things that most people do not bother with when they're drawing a character they like. I think most people just sort of... no one else is gonna care or notice about this. I'm trying to do clothing accuracy, sue me. The urge to pinch Bean Reed's cheeks is strong. You cannot take the easy way with a jacket and have more minute details that bother you, yes. Yeah, there's nothing easy about working with a jacket, that is true. Oh man, it's so out of proportion too. I have to at least try to fake this in proportion. Can I push this inward? Can I, like, not have it be as intrusive? It feels like it's falling off. Alright, we'll work with that. Is it weird, does the whole thing just feel slanted? It's just a big slant. How do I make this look nicer? That jacket hood is driving me crazy. Why did this not bother me as much with Reed? Did I just ignore it? Like, with Reed, I made it really tiny, and it's just, like, it's right here. But then, for some reason, the one from Necrass is driving me insane. Alright, I'll make her hair a little lower, so that way the jacket feels larger than it actually is. And I'll also move her hair a tiny bit. Inward. And again, trying to avoid tangents. Don't want the spike to line up with the hairline, because that creates tangents. Better. Kind of. Change the background color to something brighter. Watch it all look better because it looks different. What? I can't tell if that's not right. No.
No, you still need the hair and the scalp to be that size. All right, I'm just add a little bit here and be done with it. Annoying jacket. I'll just have to put it back where it was. Can't really do anything about it, honestly. Because the thing is, like, her shoulder would be here. I can't have her shoulder off her, off the jacket like it shows. I mean, I could maybe do a tiny bit here, but I don't think it'll work. If I make this part... Ugh. Nope. Chibi, cannot go that far. Unless I do this. Maybe the whole thing just needs to be tilted? I don't necessarily like that. Because now it's cutting into the face. No, she kind of has to have her arm extended a little bit, I think. And then... It's covering up the flame a little, but I'll just have it bleeding through. It's fine. I mean, it's light, so it can go through a little. I don't want to cover it up. And then we'll make this hair go lower. And then maybe we can force the jacket to look slightly off shoulder. This is so irritating. Alright, now I can't even see what I've done. I just have so many lines upon lines on each other. Alright. Reed's hands are so small in comparison. How did I get to this point? I can't make her limbs look this long. Reed has much smaller limbs. How do I make this even? Ugh. Alright, I'm not gonna be able to mess with that. It's just not, you're just gonna have to extend your arm out a lot, and we're just gonna have to deal with the fact that that jacket can't look like it's falling off the shoulder. I don't think there's a good way to do it otherwise. I can try to at least have it falling this way, but I don't think I can do it any other way. And then let me at least try to make the... Try to get the hair in the way, maybe. So that there's more room for the jacket. Yeah, this is the stupid stuff that I'm trying to consider. I know, I really don't think that, like, anyone bothers with this, but... Sue me. I'm trying to make her arm not look twice as long as Reed's, if I can help it. There's more going on with Necrass, maybe that's why? Probably. Also, probably, having her, like, have the spear, in front of her instead of Reed, who has it off to the side. Probably very different. Probably creates a very different feeling. Different problems. Also, there's a lot more going on in the actual piece. It also has tassels. Oh, Reed's also has tassels. But I can get those out of the way much easier. I can have those anywhere over here. Reed's also has tassels, but I can just sort of have them flying off. Doesn't have to cause as much trouble.
clearly not thinking through here. Maybe if I just make it a little higher. A little smaller, a little higher, a little... It already has to. Because it also has tassels going this way. Haven't drawn banana, but just drawing the upper half of Reed was close to hell. I don't understand her clothes at all. It's really tricky. It's really hard. Who cares about drawing in a timely manner? You draw however it brings you joy. Thank you, Sim0. I appreciate it. I wish we had cool jackets like in Arknights. I mean, streetwear fashion is kind of, you know, there are people, you can get like designer stuff that is, I mean, you're not gonna get anything close to Reed, but maybe close to Necrass. Rhode Island pharmaceutical company trying to cure the world from tangents. You laugh, but what if I actually did sue you? My lawyer will get in contact with you. You guys are terrible. Alright, make this a little higher. It's going to be covering up the flame part, but I can't do anything about that. Well, okay, unless I make the whole thing more, in this direction, and then I can probably move it. If I can get it, like, here. That could work a little bit better, at least. Everything's still so far apart. Oh well. You know what? It's fine, because if you were to move your arm, if you had a jacket falling off your shoulder, and if you move your arm upward, the jacket's no longer going to be falling off your shoulder. So you know what? That makes sense if we think about it in physics. You know, some of the best artists were mathematicians and scientists, and I think this is why. Because they need to actually understand how the world, like, functions. I'm not joking about that. I mean, think about, like, you know, Da Vinci. Probably one of the best mathematicians, best scientists, and definitely makes his work better, too. And then there's also the stupid banner that's going through everything and making my life so irritating. Why? Why do you have your banner, your tassel going, like, everywhere? It's today's birthday from Dragon? Yes. Yes, it is Dragon birthdays. I have to spend hours painstakingly studying anyone I want to draw, just so I can copy exactly none of what I studied and turn them into a Gundam. Jeez. Star-chan favorite scientist? I'm definitely not a scientist. Unless you want to count alchemy, but I don't know if that counts. Depends on what category you want to put it in. I'm gonna also have the edges more burnt here, just so I don't forget what's happening. If alchemy counts as science, then stars Agnes Tachyon. Wait, but doesn't Agnes Tachyon do some stuff that's, like, completely different? I'm not talking about, like... I'm not referring to, elixirs. You're a doctor and a researcher? I know, but, okay, ugh. I don't know anymore. Star is Measurement McQueen in canon. I don't know. I think there has to be some sort of connection between art, arts, sciences, mathematics. I think all of it is very, very deeply connected. I just don't entirely know how yet. Why is this? Oh, okay, because of the banners. I have to keep pulling this arm away so that there's enough room here. Oh, wait, why don't I just make it... Alright, do I have enough room to make it a little bit taller and then change where the hair is? Maybe? Do that. Get rid of that one hairline that's causing issues. There we go. That works. We'll take that. Try and do everything I can to not have each piece touching. Any sufficiently advanced science is indistinguishable from art. Interesting. You know what? I'm just gonna chalk the arm length difference to the fact that Reed's is more in perspective. And Necrass's is more off to the side. Is her... maybe her head is too large in comparison? Hang on. No. Or Reed's... I don't know. Alright, let's try maybe shifting this slightly. See if it makes any difference. Make the hair a little pushed in. No. It really shouldn't be. If anything, this part needs to be a little higher. Why do you have this giant staff? It takes up so much room. Why does it have to be so close to your face? Alright, what if we tilt it? Does that work? What if we do that? Does that give us like a few centimeters extra space? A few centimeters is literally all I need. We'll take it. Alright, come on. Go back to where you were. Taking anything I can here. Receding hairline causing issues. Call Star for fix it up files.
Akra, hello, hello, welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, just gotta make the hair feel fuller, right? Also, if I'm... Okay, that feels a little bit better. Feels less, large on the chin area. This part goes downward and connects, so that's fine. And then this part... I don't know what it's doing. Oh shoot, am I on the wrong layer? I am on the wrong layer. Lovely. Don't we all love that? Alright. Maybe if I just... Wait, what if I just do this? Maybe she's leaning too far forward? What if I just have her leaning back a tiny bit? Teeny tiny, few pixels. It works. We take it. We take wins where we can get them. It's just the tiniest little sliver detail of getting a little bit of extra space. Makes things feel less cramped. I'm not that crazy. I just... doing what I can with the composition that I've designed for myself. Myself in a dumb position. Alright. I'm sure that someone's gonna say that the hand ratio feels wrong, so I am going to do my best to cover it up with all of the jacket parts and the hair and everything. The more we cover it up, the less awkward it'll look. I can barely see what's happening. I cannot make this out at all. This is such a hard composition! She really does have everything going on. He's like, I'm sorry, would you like a design that includes the kitchen sink? The more you cover it up, the better it'll look. The more you hide under the bed, the cleaner the room looks. There you go. If I can just clean up some of these points, then I think it'll look better. I just sort of have to... clean everything. I have no idea what to do with her hair. This is all just her hair, and it's just a mess.
How is this practical for combat? And yes, I'm including Matoimaru when I say that too. Alright, we'll do something like that. Alright, that at least, okay. It looks like it's at least hugging their full body now. Somewhere we had the end of the jacket, and it's gone. I don't know where it went. I lost it. Big hair is an intimidation factor, works like frill lizards. I mean, to be fair, I was surprised that Matoimaru was a 4-star because of that. And then people made fun of me that I was judging her rarity based on how full her hair was. And I was like, well, yeah, because she just takes up more space and more presence. Like you're saying, like a frilled lizard. And then people thought that I was silly for thinking that. So now are you changing? Are you changing the direction it goes now? The extra rarity went into the air. Exactly. You get it. You get what I'm saying. Alright. How am I gonna mess with this? I need to try erasing some of it so I can actually see it. You know, it's so cute that I thought that I would be able to get the line art for this done before stream, let alone the sketch. That's a funny idea, huh? That's a funny idea that we had once. I'll make like a strand going across here. There we go. Yeah, that looks decent. You can actually see it. I think I had this part, like... Where's the jacket in relation to where the hair is? Alright. We'll do something like that. You're still silly, that never changes. Have you seen Matoimaru E2? I have not, actually. I have not seen E2 Matoimaru. Does it just get in crazier? I don't want to give, like, free run spoilers, but, like, I'm getting free run vibes. I'll give you a great scope of her hair. I can only imagine. How do I want this to be done?
No, the whole thing needs to be, okay, the whole thing needs to be like... Can't tell how to draw this. I guess I just don't have the art, the weight of the hair interacting with the jacket. The jacket just kind of looks like it's sticking out really far, and I don't like it. But I don't know how else to deal with it. Maybe the jacket needs to be, like, further out like this. Why is this one section causing me so much pain? I'll have to like paint a variation in there, I think. I think the issue is like I would have had the jacket outward, but then her leg, well maybe her leg's just gonna have to not be as Why are you causing me so much anguish? Alright. We'll just do like that, and then we'll cover up the rest with the hair. Somehow. Reed's tail still is double set. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Did not realize. Alright. Let's just have it this way for now. And then if we need to adjust it later, we can. Because they're supposed to be on the top, so. Thank you for pointing that out. I appreciate it. Every detail so far has been painful. Speaking of free rent, did you see that the manga is on indefinite hiatus right now due to the author slash mangaka health? Yeah, I did. I wish the best for them. Alright, Weston Fox, have a good rest of your day. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you, I appreciate it. I'll just have another strand here, and that'll fill up enough space, I think. When are you drawing Tallulah as bullied as revenge for the last stream or two? I don't really need to, I don't feel the need to do that necessarily. I don't feel the need to draw to draw her bullied. I don't know. I think she's probably more traumatized than anything. Cal's been bullied enough. Yeah, I think so too. You know what I really can't figure out though is I'm still thinking about that situation with Mephisto and what Cal was saying, like where do you consider him on the scale? I really don't know. I can't figure it out. I don't know how I feel about him. Playing Tal's story stage swaps you between oh poor you and you deserve everything bad. Ugh. Tal eating fried snake over the campfire, oh my gosh. Let's see here. Oh, that was actually speaking of, that was another question I had because somebody was pointing out the anime packs and the music box.
And then someone was saying like, oh, that's foul because there's a snake on it. But what species is Faust? Because I thought maybe that was supposed to be Faust, but now I don't know. Okay, so he is okay. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Because someone was like, oh, there's a snake, that's foul. And at first I was like, wait, is that supposed to be like Cache? And then I was like, wait, no, that wouldn't make sense. So I don't really, I personally don't really think it's foul. I think it's like more sweet than anything, honestly. No, Mephisto's a foul. Oh my gosh. Oh. My gosh, Peltier. As for your question, you gotta recall Mephisto's childhood. I mean, I know. I remember, but I just... Yeah. I'm just not sure. I don't know where I would place, I remember I remember hearing about that, but I don't know. Alright, that works better. You're allowed to hate someone for their action, even if their backstory is sympathetic. Yeah, it's just like, well, it's now backstory and present, so I don't know how I would feel. It's like feeling bad for their backstory and pity for their current situation. You gotta recall his character. He has no will of his own. He's just led by the nose, by who he trusts, which were just two people, Faust and Tal. Yeah, that's true. He kind of was pretty much following blind. People can have all the trauma they want, they're not allowed to add new items to the Geneva Convention. Oh my gosh. I mean, okay. I have to ask. And if it's, like, major, you can say that you refuse to say it. Is it relevant down the road, or is it just supposed to be food for thought? You can decide to not say that if you want to. You can choose to not answer that if I'm stepping on anything that I don't know. It doesn't excuse everything he did, it's just the cruelty of life, and just being incredibly unlucky that he ended up in the wrong hands. That's fair. Is what relevant? Food? I was just saying, is it food for thought? I don't know. I feel like you guys are...
I'll stop there. I'll stop there. Alright, I'm at least starting to kind of be able to see what's happening. Kind of. Visually, in this piece. I'm sort of slowly erasing things and trying to make it out. Kind of. Very gradually able to see what's happening. And there's also pockets, and I kind of don't want to worry about the pockets right now. We'll just sort of make some sort of vague allusion to pockets. I feel... Oh, that's where the rest of it is. It's like, where is the rest of this jacket, by the way? Okay. I'm just going to add where I think the rest of the jacket is supposed to be, and then sort of fill in the rest after. And then that's gonna get in the way a little bit, but that's okay, because what hasn't gotten in the way at this point? Maybe we'll change this part here and go a little bit over. Yeah, that's a little bit of a better layout. There's so many, like, hair and tassels, and there's so much going on. There's so much going on this thing. I'm having a hard time, like, actually... Man, Reed's design feels so easy in comparison. Maybe it's a good thing that I'm accidentally hiding the majority of it. And then I don't have to worry about, like, all the little metal pieces on here. I can just hide it all because there's her hands in the way. Yeah, that gives me a good excuse. Reed took an hour, we're not finished with Necrass 2 hours later. Well, no, okay, to be fair, I had already done the majority of Reed off-stream, and, Necrass had a lot less going on design-wise. Also, we're gonna... I haven't even figured out if her other hand is gonna be able to show or not. Stars artist trick of the day. Don't want to draw something, hide it. Why do you think so many beginner artists, have characters with their hands in their pockets? They don't want to draw it. I am really having a hard time making out the details, though. Alright. So, Necrass has, like... Reed has these nice silver boots, and Necrass has these, like, detailed shoes here. This is definitely good practice for drawing chibis, because I'd like to draw more chibis in the future, just, hopefully with the design easier than these guys. Hmm. Make this a little bit bigger so that it's less awkward on the face as well. I don't know why there's just like one tiny... Is this on the other side too? Kind of. I'll probably try to make that feel a little bit more included in. Feels so out of place. Hmm. Project hands and pockets evolve to oversized sleeves. Those are at least cute, though. Those are at least cute. Sometimes it's a fun design style. The Uma Android looks so simple in design in comparison, right? Alright, you know what? Maybe I'll go the opposite way. Maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll just focus on the hand now. And just sort of, like, try to at least make some progress there. What happened to the ribbon? Did I paint that in the wrong... No, it just got distorted. Okay. And just do, like, a little chibi hand here. And we'll have this part here, and then larger sleeve area here. Why is so much, like, techwear design done with plastic? Like, the see-through plastic, why is that a thing everywhere? Everyone loves the see-through plastic look, I don't get it. There's a tiny little detail here, too. Off to bed. Looking forward to seeing this finish. Thank you, Welp. I appreciate it. I might be adding it to, like, my further list of projects, but you know what? I think it will be worth it. I think it's a project that will look nice. Obviously, it's not gonna get done today, but I'm hoping that I can have a belated exception for making it nicer. I wish I had seen how much I had done with the hand here. Dang it. Okay, hang on. I want to do it like this. I'll do it like this. We'll copy this. And then we'll go backwards. So I can see that I'm not messing up the hand proportions too much. We'll go back to the beginning. And then we'll paste that again, and then we can sort of see the difference in real time. Make sure I'm not messing up the jacket. That really helps because this should actually be way further down. Whole thing's very scrunched.
No, I can see that this has a little bit. It's more like an armband. And then there's somewhere there's an elbow here, I swear. It's just really hard to make out, that's all. There. It works enough. We'll finish chapter 8 faster than the drawing. Well, chapter 8's only one more hour or so, right? We're at 2.8k subs, by the way? 3k in a few weeks? Probably not a few weeks, but that's really good to hear. That's really good to hear. Might be because it still offers layer protection, while allowing to show off more of the character design than just a jacket. That could be it. That could be it. I don't know if you answered this earlier when AFK. Have you ever drawn anything with a 90s anime style, like any practice or anything like that? The only thing that comes to mind was the one Ghibli cosplay drawing you made. I don't think I have, actually. I don't think I've done anything 90s style before. I don't think I've tried to emulate the style before. Don't make me make a bet with you again regarding sub count. I don't want to lose again. I won't make you make a bet. I've never made you anyway. I've never, like, required this of you. You just, like, wanted to do it. I won't make a bet with you, though, don't worry. Although I did like seeing your series of aroma drawings. That was nice. Alright, we're going to remove the hand here. So that doesn't get in the way. And then we'll have this separate so that we can focus on the spear, the hand. If these are all separate, it'll be easier to work with. We won't mess up. We won't need to deal with problems as much. You hypnotized me? Don't deny it, Fox. I know your secrets. I've never hypnotized you. What the heck? That is a wild accusation to be making. All right. He's doing it again, chat? What are you... What are you talking about? Oh, goodness. Wildly accurate? Does use illusion magic. Illusion magic is not the same as hypnotism. Those are completely different things. Vessa, stop it! Live star cry. You guys. Hypnotism is not the same as illusion magic. Oh. No, I'm not Cache, jeez! Of all things! Of all things! Get the mirror? I'm not a vampire! I'm not Cache, jeez! Of all the things to accuse me of! That's the worst one of all! Jeez, no. Fox illusion work is not the same as hypnotism. They're completely different things. Do not confuse the two. What? I'd be hypnotizing all of us right now? For what good would I even have that? There's literally...
I have no benefit to doing that. What? For the atelier? What are you talking about? Fire the bombs? You don't have bombs here. That is Irium. You do not possess bombs here. Hypnotized to give you cheese? I don't desire cheese. I left chat for 2 minutes and I come back to chat doing a Monday stream. Catch, they think I'm hypnotizing them. Can you please tell them that that's not the case? Because they're trying to get bombs everywhere. Hypnotizing us into not assuming you're capable of hypnosis. DHLPH, what are you doing? DHLPH, thank you for the super chat, but why with the bombs? Ah! All's business as usual then? I don't know. What's the tool you use to move the pixels called? It is specific on Clip Studio and it is called Liquify. You can go very crazy with it, but I try to only touch it a tiny bit. But yeah, it's called Liquify. You can do crazy stuff with it. You can make really large horns. Liquify will make your work a little bit blurrier, but you kind of just have to account for it. You kind of just have to account for the fact that that might happen and then work with it. So if I have this horn, for instance, I might move it up a little bit. And then, well, this one I actually don't want to liquefy, but yeah, you can go crazy if you need to make adjustments or stuff like that. Would you kindly tell them I'm not hypnotizing you? I don't know who that is. Hallucinatory underwater city? That doesn't— is this a Dune thing? You said no bomb here, I proved you wrong. Man, I feel like Irium would have been like a lot worse. A lot worse if you guys had been on Irium. Dune's desert, pretty much the opposite of water. I didn't know if there's like some, like, I don't know, past history with a lot of water. I don't know. What? For all I know, you know, there could have been an Atlantis situation, and now there's no water, and then that's like, that's how things started. I don't know. I thought you were giving me, like, the prequel edition or something. How would I know this? It's BioShock? Next game is BioShock? Jeez. I don't know. I have no idea how any of this works. After all, what is a wave if not a water dune? What? Atlantis was too much water, though. See, this is like... You guys think I'm capable of, like, the craziest stuff, and then there's, like, no... What a name!
goodness. Hello. I don't know what's going on. You guys really think that I'm capable of the craziest things that you accuse me of. And then this happens. I don't even know what to make of this right now. I don't know what to make of this right now. How are my Arknights pulls? I got Lemon, but oh, that's what I still need to do. Paid actor? Oh my gosh, you guys are terrible. Okay, let's... There's your Necrass. You didn't do the daily poll? No, because of course I wouldn't do it, because I would do it on stream, because otherwise if I didn't do it on stream, I'd have to make it into a short, and you guys would yell at me, and blah 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 blah. I'm not slacking, jeez. See, that's where you're wrong? What do you mean? There is no Oi command, guys! It's on stream and a short. Do not make me do both, please. What would it even do? Imagine if the forest had infected patrolmen. What are you on about? You guys are so wild. Okay, Dark, I guess I will answer you, in just a sec here. Skin review's gonna be Saturday. The Oi command would randomly play one of the 50 different Ois in that one video. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. Also, I would have to put it on a major cooldown, knowing you guys. Alright. Let's jump into that real quick. We'll wrap things up there. Need to make a website with an Oi archive? Do not. Give it a 1 in 50 chance to work. Make it a donation message? No! What Oi video? Is there something you're holding back on us? I'm not holding back anything. Johnny Virgil just had a little too much time on their hands. Alright. Let's jump here. We'll jump here. We'll go... Bleh, words. We'll do that. We'll do... Jump here. We'll jump here. We'll jump here. There we go. What should be your operator skill activation clip? I hate you guys. I hate it. I hate it. It's just the free roll, guys. Don't get too excited. It's just the free roll. It's just the free roll. We're just doing the free roll. We're just doing the free roll, okay? It's just the free roll. Which, it expires in 13 hours. Alright. Yes. Yes. One free roll, okay? Embrace the Oi apocalypse. No, thank you. Why am I sanity capped? I don't know. I did like 10 stages yesterday. Alright. Let's see. Single free roll, huh? Single free roll. Stop putting down the bad emojis. Alright, single free roll. Let's see here. Nope. Nothing special. Don't check it? Nothing special.
I'm Spot from Operation Reserve Team A6. My job is to protect the other troublemakers
right.
on my team, I guess.
No, nothing special today. What do we even have left? Ugh, I don't have a lot left. We go again, no rest till W? If I ever pull that, then my account's infected. I mean, not... words. You know what I mean. My account is damaged. Next will be Roach. I do not want Roach. 10 pull? I'm not gonna do a 10 pull. I knew this would happen. I knew that if I did a single daily pull, you guys would try to push me into doing more. I cannot. You can't say that, not when we're in Ursus of all places. No, you know what I meant. I meant like, Are you saving? I'm saving until Saturday. Whether chat lets me or not remains another question. I'm saving to Saturday. Go farm some LMD? Stop capping sanity? Do it while trying. You heard? What did you hear? No, what did you hear? I don't know what you said. Here, I can, I have recruitment pulls, but that's not gonna be anything. Shush! We're holding you to... Saturday Gamba, we're holding you to that? I already promised I would. Yeah, you guys can have recruitment, okay? I don't think it's anything special. But you know what? You never know. Not in this case. Hi, Popcar. Alright, sniper. AoE. No. Recruitment Gamba. It keeps you guys sated, doesn't it?
Reserve up team A6
I catapult.
Hey.
Alright, at least 4 for specialist? Okay, I'll take 4. You know what? I can always use more gold certs, right?
Pleasure to meet you.
Hi, Shaw.
I am Shaw of the Lungman Fire Department reporting for duty.
Alright. And I don't think any of these are gonna be... Well, okay, fast redeploy is always helpful. And then these are all basic, yeah. So we're fine. Anyway. I'll fill those in later. Refresh? I only have 2. Alright. Okay, we've got slow and summon at least. So we can do something with that later. And... specialist. Okay, we've got... Okay, you know what? I will... This is going to be Cutter. But just because Vessa's in chat, I'll expedite this one just in case. Just in case. It's going to be Cutter, but just in case. I'll expedite a nuker tag. Vessa's in chat. Come on. Vessa's in chat. I Cutter. Hello, Cutter.
Cutter. Just an ordinary mercenary.
I try every time.
So
I'm trying, Vessa. I'm trying every time. Yeah. All right. That is all I can do today, guys. Hi, Cutter, bye, Cutter. That is all we can do today. All right. I think we will wrap up here. Use sanity. I will do more stages. I need to get more gold. I will do extra stuff. You're too sane? Are you sure about that? I was just accused of being cache. I really don't think so. You should farm the medic tag for silence. I will do that. I will farm the medic tag for silence, the nuker tag for Firewatch, and the Vanguard tag for Chiev. Do I need Chiev? No, but, you know, Fox collection. Full Sandy like a nerd? Shush! I haven't even turned it on until stream today, okay? I've been a little preoccupied. She's very rational. Science Zero, please! Look up your history message? What? What does that mean? Nerd. What do you mean, look at your history message? I don't know what that means. There's a 4-star recruitment only Centurion that shares Popcar's tag. Interesting. This Black Fox. Avalon, please. I have been preoccupied by your shenanigans. I've been preoccupied by your shenanigans. You guys, this... Oh! Awful. Awful to say. Anyway. Wait. Thank you, Suzerain. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Alright. We will be continuing, wrapping up Chapter 8 on Saturday. We will be doing Chapter 8, and we will review all the skins. If there's any skins I should not look at, need to skip over, just let me know. Yes, I'm skipping the first one. Sorry, I'm skipping the first one. But other than that, let me know if there's any others I need to skip. We'll wrap up Chapter 8, see how things lay out, and with that, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, evening, or night, wherever you may be in the world or the many, many worlds beyond. And well, thank you so much, Stargazers, and all the best. Crazy bunch of bunnies.